And we are live on YouTube and Facebook. Hello, everybody. Welcome to PTZ Optics Live.
Happy Friday, everyone.
Paul Richards here.
And Tess Protesto, joined by Oliver, the co-founder and CEO of Boinx Software and MimoLive.
So we're going to do all the things MimoLive, also some NAB plans, some NDI technology. All this and more is coming up next.
You're watching PTZ Optics Live, a high-definition broadcast available on YouTube and Facebook Live every Friday, streaming at 11 a.m. Pacific, 2 p.m. Eastern. Broadcast quality made affordable. Thank you for tuning in.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the PTZ Optics Live Show. If you're watching on YouTube, I want to thank you. Maybe go ahead and subscribe, and you'll see our 71, 78 counter go up. If you've already subscribed and you want to test it, unsubscribe and then see it go down one.
Ooh, that's scary to say, but don't forget about Facebook.
Subscribe. Oh, Facebook. I almost forgot about Facebook.
Same thing will happen if you like us on Facebook, so be sure to do that to see our little ding and numbers go up.
So we're so excited to have you. Many of you have seen us years ago when we were live streaming in our little conference room nook, and then Tess joined the show a year later, and about 3 years of our lives have been captured in this book called Live Streaming is Smart Marketing, which Oliver actually picked up a copy. Thank you so much, Oliver. Really excited to have you on the show today.
Yes.
And we've just, the live streaming world, it's just been going just every which direction. And then Oliver contacts me and says, hey, Paul, I have a way, +1, thank you. I have a way to control your PTZ Optics cameras using just the YouTube chat or the Facebook chat. I've been testing it. We published a little tutorial video, but we'll get into that later. Tell us a little bit about MimoLive, Oliver, and how you got into this industry.
Yes. So when I was a little boy, I always played television studio in the living room of my parents. And one of my big dreams was to have a television studio when I was growing up. And so basically that's what MimoLive is my childhood dream came true, so that's how we got there. MimoLive is the multi-in, multi-out live video engine. It's a mouthful, but it describes what MimoLive does quite well. It takes a lot of video inputs, does a lot of magic with those video inputs, and then publishes a live output, live stream, and records to disk and plays out through SDI and NDI and 1,000 other things. And that's basically what MimoLive is: a TV truck without the truck, a TV station without the station. It's like, that's the rundown, basically.
Yeah, and I have to say, from an end user perspective, I've been playing around with MimoLive. I purchased a Mac Mini, in fact, in order to use it, which I'm really happy I did, because these Mac Minis are super powerful, they're fast, and I was able to run MimoLive on here quite well. So I have to say, using the software, I found it very intuitive. It was very easy to get started with a professional looking video production. And I have nothing but great things to say about it. I'm excited to tour your studio, but before we do, we have a little Mac Apple-based trivia that I wanted to line up. Hopefully for some of you Mac fans out there, Apple fans, this will be to test some of your Apple fandom. In fact, Oliver has met Steve Wozniak, who was telling me about this earlier today. You're lucky. Let's jump into our trivia.
Do we have the picture of that, or should we?
Yeah, can you show that? Can you show that? I do have the picture in the trivia, but show us some pictures. We're going to test your knowledge on some of the Apple-based. Here's Oliver with Steve Wozniak, and Oliver, that's your brother. Is your brother a programmer as well?
That's my brother. Yes. Yeah, he is the main programmer actually on MimoLive and all our products. So he's the programmer side of things, and I'm the business and marketing person. But I know how to program. I'm just not as good as he. So I hire people who are better at programming than me to do the actual work. So,
Wow.
yeah.
I love it. Well, let's jump into, so what we're going to do for you guys is, this is a little bit new for you viewers, is of course we're going to pull a winner, and someone's going to be able to spin the wheel and win some great live streaming technology, and the winner of the trivia will get first grabs at the spin the wheel if the person that we pick is not chosen. So essentially, if you win trivia and the person that we choose in the giveaway, it doesn't show up, which happens almost all the time, you would win the trivia. So,
Okay,
or you
so
would
that's
win the
how we're
giveaway.
gonna do it.
That's how we're going to do it.
Gotcha.
Otherwise, we're doing way too many wheel spins. So let's get our first trivia question. Tess is going to read it out to us. Michael has a little trivia section.
Make sure that you guys are heading to streamgeeks.live
yes.
to participate in the trivia. I will
There's a whole
put that in
trivia
both
tab.
chats.
Yeah, just streamgeeks.live in order to join the trivia. It says it right below, actually. And we're going to ask
I'm sure it helps to buy the book.
Oh, yeah, don't forget to buy the book. What did you think, Oliver? Did you enjoy it?
It's the definitive guide to live streaming. You know, you have to read.
Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, it really does tell the story from our past 3 years of our lives, live streaming and learning and doing everything. So we're going to jump into our trivia. So Tess is going to
Alrighty.
ask our first question.
Make sure you've jumped on to streamgeeks.live to participate, and we will begin. Question 1. What year did Steve Jobs and Steve Wozniak found Apple Computers? 1967, 1976, 1980, or 1986?
That's an interesting one. We're going to be
These ones are gonna be
quizzing
tough
you
for me
guys
today.
on some of the more Apple lovers out there, the Mac clan, to see what you guys think about. We're going to test your knowledge.
Do you know my maiden name?
It's not Apple. Oh, it's Wozniak?
No. What? Wozniak. Thank you.
You're the Apple whiz.
Yes, my maiden name is Wozniak. Maybe that'll be trivia.
Yeah, that'll be trivia next week, guys. Tune in. All right. Oh, look.
1976 is in the lead with 1980 behind. Those of you who guessed 1976, you got it right.
Good job.
Where does that leave us on the leaderboard?
Tess Fardo is
Tess
number
Fardo
one.
is number 1, followed by Nick P. and Tom Hendricks. Pulling up the rear. Interesting lineup today. I am
Wow.
not Tess on the leaderboard. That is somebody else, somebody that's making jokes.
Should we, let's do one more question and then we'll get into our studio
Okay.
interview. We're going to do 9 questions throughout this broadcast. Here's number 2.
What is Steve Wozniak's nickname? I don't know what's going on with the camera. I think it's the lighting. What is Steve Wozniak's nickname? Is it Stevie, which is the nickname of my hubby, Genius Boy, Woz, or Grinder? I don't know this one. If it's Stevie, then it's a good nickname. Let's see here. Just a few moments left to take a stab at this one. Something weird's going on there. Woo! Overwhelming majority says Woz, 85%, and I'm going ahead. I don't actually know this one, actually. But I'm going to think that that's correct, and it is Woz. Steve Wozniak's
a lot of
nickname,
people
the
know him
Woz.
as Steve Wozniak. All right. Kyle jumping in first place, but he's also tied.
Kyle's
with
tied with Nick and Tom.
Nick and Tom Hendricks.
Yep,
Triple tie.
three-way tie.
Cool. All right. So we're going to jump into a studio tour.
Yes, please.
Oliver has promised to show us that amazing MimoLive tour. Also show us the product. We'd love to see, learn a little bit more.
We had a lot of fun with that earlier this week.
So much fun with this product. We love MimoLive. Show us your studio and
Oh,
give us a
good,
little
good.
tour over there, Oliver.
Yeah, so we are in beautiful Salzburg in Austria, actually, and I'm gonna pick up my hand cam and put that live, and so we can show up the studio actually. So a couple of things. NDI is so great. I mean, we have the NewTek Connect Spark here, and we run the image from the laptop through that in the network. We got a PTC Optics camera here.
Yay!
And yeah, and it's upgraded to NDI, and that worked finally. And so we have we have only one cable and only one cable, you know, power and video of only one cable. We got a couple of other cameras here, and the total camera over there. And I can quickly walk out to the editor booth here.
Wow, you have a production booth.
Tobias. Yeah, and that's the iMac Pro, very powerful machine, and you see all the video sources it's processing here on this multi-view, which is a new feature of MimoLive 4. And that's MimoLive running on this machine. You see all the sources on the left-hand side, the layer stack that works like Photoshop in the middle, where that composes the image that you see going out here. And this is like the settings for each of the layers. You can switch the settings in the middle. And this is where it goes out to, the outputs. We can stream live, we can record to disk, we can output it to a virtual camera to the Zoom, which we do here. So MimoLive acts as a camera for Zoom, and the audio also comes from MimoLive. So we mix the audio and the camera through Zoom. All the video comes in here. That's a Sonetech box, external PCI card, because the Macs don't have PCI, so we have to add a little box here that has a Blackmagic Quad 2 card in it, and we can take 8 HD SDI inputs here. And basically, that's the technology side of things. And I can walk back here into the studio, and we have this nice space here with a black background. We can do green screen and white, also white background. This studio is usually, Tobias, can you put me on back? Normally the studio is used for a local public access TV station, and we can use it to do our live streams and our product presentations. And I got my MacBook Pro here and running MimoLive on that, and we can switch to that as well. And I can show you the video coming in from the NDI, the PTC Optics camera over NDI here. Let's just select the PTC Optics camera, and and the great thing about NDI and you guys supporting it is that we can now use this camera both in the edit booth outside. We can switch to the camera. Just Tobias, if you want to do that, in the edit booth, and I can use it at the same time on my laptop here, and we can switch to the laptop back. And one thing I wanted to show but wasn't able to do in time, and we will have that for the NAB, is that we can control the PTC Optics and any NDI PTC camera basically directly from the multi-view. We now have, right now we have a special layer for that called the PTC Optics controller, and we can just drag and grab the image and drag it around and zoom in and out, and also set up the default positions and recall those. And we can scroll down here and save the positions, and then we can recall them here with just the press of a button, and the camera will turn over and to that new position and back to the other position, and that's quite nice.
Yeah, I have to say, if we can stay on there for a second, Oliver, I've seen a lot of implementations of PTZOptics camera controls, and I really love how you've really made it a customizable setup where you can name the presets, which comes in handy. Which I really love how you did this. So we've got 9 quick setups, or 10 quick presets that we can set up. We've got a pan tilt zoom, a live pan tilt zoom click and drag where over here is the zoom, and you can click and drag here for pan and tilt. But one of the things I love, and I don't know if you can add this layer for us to show, is the integration with YouTube chat, Facebook chat, and Twitter. I really just think it's incredible. Can you show us that really quickly?
I can show the Twitter thing probably. Twitter PTC controller here.
This is
I just
so
have
cool.
to do a couple of, so maybe if you give me like 2 minutes, then I can.
Let me just explain it. You don't have to do a live demo. Let me just explain what this is, because I've already got a video on it on our YouTube channel. But essentially what this does, so there's a Twitter version and there's a beta YouTube and Facebook version. And essentially this layer connects to your Twitter. There's also a YouTube and a Facebook option. And because you can name the presets, so preset 1 is, let's say, hashtag, you know, and I think about this, Oliver, for like a retail store or like a restaurant. Let's say it's a restaurant. And let's say preset 1 is the cook. And preset 2 is the dining room. You know, and preset 3 is the sushi being made. And now on Twitter, live or YouTube or Facebook, the you know, the users can actually just type in cook or type in dining room or type in sushi, and a live camera will zoom into that position and show them real time your space. So for small businesses, for restaurants, for retail outlets, even for places in like the malls or retail spaces, I really see this being a popular use case. We're going to install one of these in our studio. And I see us using this to allow people to zoom into our studio and test the cameras. Mm-hmm. But also, we're going to be using this, assuming that it's all working, is NAB. At our NAB show, we're going to have people be able to log into YouTube or Facebook and just say, show me the central hall. Show me your live streaming booth.
And
show
they
me
can
this.
direct the cameras themselves. It's going to be really cool.
Very exciting stuff.
Yeah, so while you explained that, I actually set it up, so I think it should work if I tweet something. And people can try it. They just have to tweet MimoLive, and then either the command Oliver or the command screen, which will recall the positions 2 and 1. So if I tweet MimoLive screen.
Yeah, so in this MimoLive layer, I've really become a fan of this MimoLive software. You've got your sources, you've got your layers, and then the layer that you've selected is in here. But the whole time, you can still see, you know, your preview and your output, and you can even see over here, this is like your live outputs, your NDI outputs, your YouTube, your Facebook. So I love the layout. It's very intuitive. So kudos for that. You can drag these things left and right and really give it a great software. Obed is asking what video capture card you're using, the Sonatec model.
So the Sonatec is just the Sonatec is just the expander box, which is a Thunderbolt 3 to PCI expander box, and we put in a Blackmagic Quad 2 card, which has 8 SDI HD SDI inputs, so it has 8 connectors, and you can just hook up any SDI camera to that then.
Nice.
Cool.
Great.
So why don't we ask a couple more trivia questions? Oliver has just set up his PTZ camera to be controllable over Twitter. So if you use hashtag MimoLive space Oliver or hashtag MimoLive space, what was the other one, Oliver? Desk?
Is it like the
screen.
under slash?
Screen.
What was it, Oliver?
It's screen SCREEN.
Okay.
Or Oliver, and then it should.
Yep. All you have to do is tweet hashtag MimoLive.
But you said space something.
Yeah, space, just meaning like the literal space bar. Oliver, or he said screen. If you do that, it will control his camera right there, the PTZ Optics camera. It will zoom into the screen or it will zoom into Oliver. So we're going to test that. We're going to get some tweets coming your way, Oliver, to test that. But while we're waiting for that to happen, which will be really fun to see, maybe we should just show that real quick before we do the trivia.
Yeah. So if we switch to
No,
my
no.
if we switch to my
Can we show that full screen?
laptop,
His
you
laptop.
can see. I can show my screen.
Okay, there we
full
go.
screen.
So we see the tweets there coming in.
So yeah, so we see the tweets coming in, and try that again with
That's
there
what
you
you
go.
different
want to do.
one.
MimoLive Oliver or MimoLive Screen. This is showing the Twitter integration. Twitter integration is really nice because you can drive more social media traffic to your page. Again, I'm thinking retail businesses. I'm thinking restaurants. I'm thinking stuff like that. Here's a PTZ Optics tweet coming in. MimoLive Screen. So technically, it should zoom into the screen, right, Oliver?
It should zoom into the screen. Yeah, I think I mistyped the IP number. Oh yeah, there it goes. There. So it just
There you go.
There it goes.
yes. So
that's the way it essentially works. It's still a little bit in beta.
yeah.
Really, really cool feature.
Really cool. I'm so excited about what you're doing here, Oliver, with this technology. So let's jump into a little bit of trivia.
Okay.
So we got about 6 or 8 more questions for you Mac fans. Let's see how well you know Steve Jobs and Steve Wozniak, and a little bit about live streaming too.
Make sure you still have your browser up, streamgeeks.live. And question 3 is... No worries.
There we go.
All right, which live streaming software here is not available on Mac? Is it A, MimoLive, B, Wirecast, C, vMix, or D, OBS?
Ooh, not available on Mac software. We can probably rule MimoLive out of that.
Yeah, considering the topic of today.
MimoLive
That's
is
it.
only Mac. So this is the polar opposite of MimoLive, being only Windows. What could it be? Let's see what they guess.
Overwhelming majority votes vMix.
All right. That would be correct. Yes, vMix is Windows only. There is no Mac option. Ding, ding, ding. Kyle stays in the lead, but he's tied with Nick and Tom.
All
Closely
right,
followed by
remember
Mike Trout.
the questions are time sensitive, so the faster that you answer, that does take into consideration the points.
Yes. And the winner will get most likely a spin at the wheel if the winner on Gleam is not present.
Alrighty.
All right, let's do another question. Question number 4. Oh.
Where did Steve Jobs go to college? Was it A, Harvard, B, Reed College, C, Bard, or D, Princeton?
Ooh, interesting.
The face he's making is perfect for this one.
We know he dropped out of college. We know that.
Okay.
He famously has talked about dropping out of college and thinking that people should pursue their dreams. But which college did he drop out of? Was it Harvard, Reed College, Bard, or Princeton?
You sound like Who Wants to Be a Millionaire.
I'm good at this.
Ooh, close call between Harvard
that's
and
a
Reed
savage
College.
question.
Savage question.
Savage question. All right, I believe I know the answer. Should we reveal it?
Ding, ding,
Reed
ding.
College.
Reed College. That
Ooh.
puts
Oh,
Nick P by far in the lead. He must have known that one off the top of his head.
Wow.
Excellent.
Big Steve Jobs fan here. All right, I guess that...
Great job, Nick.
That gets us... We got a couple more questions, but we're going to pepper them throughout the presentation, which I love because as a live broadcaster, an hour-long show, maybe 45 minutes, doesn't have to be an hour, but when things maybe you forget, you need something to fill in.
Cue trivia.
Cue the trivia. So, all right. Oliver, you've given us a studio tour. We've gotten a look at MimoLive. Let's talk a little bit about some use cases and some examples of customers that you've worked with. I know Jason Jenkins from the DVE store was originally put us in contact together, and he worked with a church. The name, I don't remember. They're in Malone, New York, and they love the Mimo Call feature. They use it on their Apple iPhones to bring in people from all over the world when they're doing outreach missionary work in their church. Are there any other applications, or do you want to talk about that one, of MimoLive customers that really use the product in an innovative way?
So our sweet spot is actually schools. A lot of schools in the United States do things something called a morning announcement. I recently traveled to Texas to the Manor Independent School District, and they actually have at the middle school they have a bunch of kids doing a news show, and it was really great to see those kids doing this because they were doing it in their break basically, and they had like 20 minutes to go into the studio, prepare the show, run the show, and then do a 4, 5, 6 minutes news show for their school. And it was amazing to see them all do that all by themselves. The teacher was just there in case something went wrong or to help them if they couldn't figure out anything. But there wasn't any need for the teacher to interrupt their work, and that was cool to see, because that's one of our company's core philosophies. Is we want to make an application that is powerful enough so that the professionals want to use it. And we have TV stations like the Deutsche Welle and other TV stations use it, as well as a lot of corporate customers and education customers, churches, and some sports clubs in Europe to drive the jumbotrons in their stadiums and things like that, which is great. Great for us, but we also want the application to be as easy to use that kids can use it, and I think we've done a pretty good job with that. So it's fairly easy to use, as you already mentioned. Kids can use it without, the teachers always come to me and say, do I have to learn a lot? And I'm like, no, just give it to the kids and let them do it. They will figure it out easy. And it looks a little bit more intimidating than it actually is, because of all the options you have that you can set up if you want to. You don't have to do that. It's the basic functionality is very, very easy, and that's kind of the core product philosophy.
Yeah, I have to say, I mentioned this earlier, but you really have done a great job. I like how everything is nested in a single display. If you're a Mac user, you're going to love it. I found it, now like any software, there's always this kind of a steep learning curve because it's new. You're not sure where the buttons are. You're not sure where to add sources. You're not sure where the options are. But I found, and I'm being completely honest, MimoLive is one of the fastest, easiest platforms to get started on, because the way that it's just set up as sources, meaning your cameras, your videos, your pictures, then the layers, and then literally the preview and the stream. It's all just kind of like, it makes sense from a left to right standpoint, where a lot of other software that, we use a lot of different, all of them really. A lot of times all these things are nested and kind of hidden, and you find out where they are and then you learn how to use it and it works great. But with MimoLive, from a student, like you said, with a student, someone younger just starting, it makes a lot of sense, the left to right flow of the sources all the way to the streaming destinations. I have to say, I think you did a really great job designing it.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, we also, in 2009, when we first introduced it, we won an Apple Design Award for it. So that's a pretty big deal. So yeah.
Wow, that's amazing. All right, maybe we should head into our final round of trivia.
Yeah, final round of trivia.
Alrighty, who will take home the chance to spin the wheel? Question 5, which company did Steve Jobs not start in this list? Is it A, Apple, B, Pixar, or C, Next Computer? Which company did he not start?
I thought that would be a little bit more difficult than a list of companies that he, choose the company that he did start, and Apple be,
right, that's kind of weird.
This this one's a little trickier because one of these companies he did not start, but he did buy.
Ooh.
This is a good one.
Interesting.
All right. Let's look at the results.
Oh, everybody got that one right.
Good job, guys. He did not start Pixar, but he did purchase.
Yep. He ended up purchasing it and, of course, sold it to Disney for a ton of money. What a good businessman.
Yeah, actually, and interesting is he bought it from George Lucas. So
He bought it from George Lucas, really.
Never knew. Never knew.
yes.
Fun fact. All right, question 6. What year was the iPhone released? Is it 2005, 2006, 2007, or 2008?
Yes, this was a game changer. It changed the world. Totally. And I remember with the iPhone, when it came out, people didn't know what to do with it. They were like, it was like a status symbol. It was like, I've got one and no one else does. And people were waiting in lines and it was crazy. And it has not slowed down. Here we are, I'll just say more than 10 years later.
Ooh, this one's all over the
This is
place.
all over the place. No one seems to really know.
I know this.
Yeah, I know it,
You
Joe.
know this? I don't know it.
2007.
Yeah, it was 2007.
2007.
Everyone, go back to 2007.
I was in
Where
eighth
were
grade.
you? 8th grade. I didn't. Now, see, I don't remember seeing them till I was in college, and that's in like 2010 or 11 was when I first really started seeing them.
Nick P.
Nick P. staying in
Nick
first.
P. staying in the
Mike
lead.
Trout and Kyle.
Is that the final question?
No.
think
So
there's
4 more left.
4 more. I packed it. Sorry.
Wow.
We got a lot in here. Let's keep rolling it.
Here we go.
All right, question 7. MimoLive will be exhibiting at the 2018 NAB Show at the NDI Pavilion. In which show hall? Is it North Hall, Central Hall, South Hall Lower, or South Hall Upper? Did we mention this during the show? Or do you
We
have to
did
be
not.
really
You
dumb?
kind of have to know. But if you know where the new
If
tech
you remember
booth
where
is,
the new tech booth
that
is
is a
from the
picture
other yesterday's show.
right behind the Black Magic Design booth there. That is a picture of the hall. This is a tough one. I'm not gonna lie. We're throwing some hard ones at you guys. Oh, but some people,
That's
but
all
the
over the
majority of people
place.
did get it right.
Most people guess South Hall Lower, which is correcto.
See, the questions are gonna get
Very
harder.
good.
The questions.
Yeah, we can.
You can find them at NAB in South Hall.
Mike and Nick.
Ooh,
Kyle
Mike
got
and Nick,
knocked
neck
down
and
to
neck.
5th.
Oh, it's all right.
Tess Farto's way in the bottom now.
Darn it.
All right, number 8.
All right,
Alright.
number 8. MimoLive has a video conferencing feature called what? Is it Mimo Reporter, Mimo Conference, Mimo Conf, or Mimo Call?
And Oliver, what year did this come out? Because I'm interested to know. I know it was much earlier than some of the other platforms.
So I think we shipped the beta version in December 2016. So it's about a year and a half ago.
Okay.
Yeah, I think we were the first. I think.
Yeah.
Were you?
So-
That's
Because
awesome.
VMix was 2017.
Bleeding Edge.
Yeah.
All right, let's see here. Most
Oh.
people,
Yeah, I think they saw us doing it and they were thinking, hey, this is a good
yeah,
idea.
you might have been the inspiration.
All right. Look, see, not that many
Mimo
people knew what it was
Call.
called.
Wow, you really are the inspiration, huh?
Yeah.
5 people got that.
Wow.
Wow, that was a savage question.
Savage question. This is going to be funny because
still in the
we're
lead, though.
considering a elimination system where if you get one wrong, you're eliminated. Last man standing. That's going to be on Monday on the Stream Geeks show if you guys are interested. But all right, guys, we've got 34 players, and we got 2
That
more
was the 8th
questions?
question.
Is there one more question? Then?
I don't know.
2.
There's
Oh,
two
there's
more?
2 more
Okay.
questions.
Here we go, number 9.
All right, number 9. The NAB show is hosted in what city every year? This should be an easy one. It'll be
This
my
is an
first
easy
time
one.
there is in New York, LA, Las Vegas, or Orlando.
Yes. Now it may have been in Orlando once or twice, but generally it's not in Orlando.
Now, this can be a trick question because there's 2 NAB shows and 2 of the locations on
That's a
here.
good point.
But the upcoming one.
Yes.
The upcoming
Most
soon,
common.
1 in 2 weeks.
New York has been added.
The
as
one in
a
April.
New destination.
We're going to get in trouble for that one.
Yeah. That was your first NAB. You've technically been to NAB.
Technically.
All right.
Oh,
everybody got
good.
that one
Everybody
right.
got it right.
Now,
for
whoever
the majority.
said New York, maybe we should have clarified a little more. I apologize.
All right, Las Vegas is correct. final question.
Final question. Nick
Let's
is
see
pretty
if
much
Nick
holding
takes it
his
home.
strong.
Okay, PTC Optics will be broadcasting from the NAB Show at what time each day this year? And this is all Pacific Standard Time. Is it 10 a.m., 11 a.m., 12 p.m., or 1 p.m. Pacific Standard Time? Every day we're going to be doing 2 streams a day, sometimes more. So we're going to be busy there. I'm certainly excited. Our full interview list is up as well on ptzoptics.com/NAB if you do want to check out who we are actually interviewing.
Am I on that list?
Ooh, all over the place. Did
I don't
Oliver
think
make...
Oliver's on the list. We can put you on the list.
We can put you on the list, Oliver.
Yes, yeah, absolutely. You have to.
Yeah,
Alrighty.
we'll put you on, Oliver. We got to find a space for him.
I know. Well, we also can go to people's booths too and
Yeah, we
interview
can.
them. So we can kind of get a really good hands-on feel. All right, Correcto Mundo, 1 p.m. Pacific
Yes,
Standard Time,
That's when we'll be streaming.
4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time if you're used to our Eastern time zone times. Nick takes it home.
Nick.
Congratulations, Nick.
All right, so let's pull the Gleam winner. And if they're not here, we're going to go ahead and spin the wheel for Nick. I'll pull the wheel up. Tess, maybe Jason can spin the wheel. I just kidding.
Okay.
If you want him to, we can.
Jace, do you want to spin the wheel?
Child workers.
Yeah. Do you have access to this camera? This camera would be really good for the wheel.
If you guys have heard little minions in the background, my son is here today. So we've got an in-studio audience. Okay, winner, Rachel Debates.
All right, Rachel Debates. If you're not here, who's the winner? Nick?
Nick P.
Nick P. So Rachel, we'll just give you a couple seconds to join in if you're here.
Or is it Rochelle?
Or Rochelle,
Debates?
possibly. Have you seen
Rachel,
a Rochelle
Rochelle.
in the chat?
Not yet. Make sure you are saying you're here. Well, I guess we're moving to Nick if Rachel doesn't.
Which I think that'll make it a lot
respond.
more fun. So whoever wins the trivia will most likely get to spin. And, 'cause a lot of times people are joining our giveaways but not actually showing up.
Yeah. This is a good way to give some credit where credit is due.
So we'll do that.
I'll give you a few moments here.
Well, go ahead and throw in your questions for Oliver.
Yeah.
Oliver's got a really great platform. If you are a Mac user specifically, you've got a really great software here for trying. So try out MimoLive if you're a Mac user. It's really great. Having a lot of fun with it. You'll be seeing us using it a lot more. Thanks for subscribing, everybody. We're hitting 7180. And Tess, we're at 3469.
Nick Pendergrass is the Nick. P.
All right, so
And
Nick
I don't see
Pendergrass.
Rochelle, so Nick, taking it home.
We're going to spin the wheel.
Do you want to do it?
Sure.
Okay, go ahead.
All right, I'm going to spin the wheel.
Something's going weird here.
Here we
Some light.
go.
Sorry for the glare.
Oh, now the 4K capture card that was won. Kyle won that. So this is not anything anymore.
That can be a hat.
This will be a hat because
Okay.
we have no more 4K capture cards. But here we go. See what it is. Sunglasses.
right next to
so
free camera.
close. Oh.
Sunglasses.
All right, congratulations. So, Oliver, we're going to let people answer you some questions really quickly.
Do you guys have a demo process?
Oh, there's a good question.
Yes, so you can download MimoLive from mimo.live/download. And it's basically, it runs without the license. It will have a little watermark, so you can't use it in production, but it will run basically in demo mode, so you can check it out. And if you need, a certain period that you want to test it and set it up for your production, then just let us know and we'll work out a demo license for you.
Alrighty, I had another question. Okay,
Just get
can
rid of that
upgrade from
layer.
Boinx TV?
We had an upgrade offer until the end of last year, but contact the sales department and we'll make it work.
Alrighty.
7180. If you're out there and you haven't subscribed, you're watching on YouTube, hit that YouTube like. We're also getting something really cool, Oliver, which is called a schmurl. And it's a
Schmurl.
analog
A what?
flip thing that counts Facebook likes. So this is digital, which I really like this thing.
It's like an old-fashioned
Okay,
clock.
yeah, I see
So it's
that.
like an
With
old-fashioned clock, and
It's like the airport
Yes.
things used
Yeah.
to be, right?
check it out. It's called
Yeah.
Schmurl with 2 I's, SMIIRL. So it's really cool. Tess loves that kind of stuff, so I was like, all right, fine, we'll get it.
I do.
So are there any other questions, or should we wrap
I think
it up?
that wraps us up for today.
All right. Well, thank you so much for coming on, Oliver. We really appreciate it.
Jace.
Oh, well, thank you very much for having me, and I cannot recommend this book enough.
Oh,
Thank
we really
you.
appreciate that.
I appreciate it. Live streaming is smart marketing. This is where we basically have taken the past 3 years of our lives into live streaming. Very cool stuff. Check it out on Amazon and Kindle. Also, hit me up if you want a free PDF download of it. I'll send it over to you. Love having you on the show, Oliver. I really
That was a
appreciate
good
it.
one.
Great show. A lot
Thank
of
you
fun.
for having me.
Congratulations
Yes.
to
Looking
Nick.
forward
Yeah.
to meeting you at NAB.
Yes, me too. Finally, we meet in person then.
Wonderful.
Little shout out from Mike. Mike, Tess, and I are all going to be at NAB in just a couple weeks. So we look forward to seeing you, Oliver. And we also look forward to meeting any of you guys out there watching. If you're going to be at NAB, just shout out in the chat really quickly. We want to see you. And we've got a special in-studio guest.
Say hi to the camera.
Hi.
What's your name?
This
Jason.
is Jason. We're teaching him young. He's going to learn how to do MimoLive soon. Thanks for being here.
Yeah,
Jason. High five.
no problem.
Jason was quiet the
Chad,
whole
thanks
show.
so much for your help today. Everyone have a good weekend. I'll see you
Peace
next
out.
week.
We'll see you next week, everybody. Take care. Have a good weekend. We'll see you in a couple weeks in Las Vegas.
Wait, bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Oh my.
Bye.
Why are you picking your nose?
I got it.
Roll the credits before he picks his nose. Huh?
You were so good.
Good job. You were so good. You want to spin the wheel? Spin the wheel.